Hey everyone, Ingrid Easops here for CSM Practice.
My name is Aguilar. I head up the customer success operations for ConnectWise, and formerly was with TSIA for about 4 years. So I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah, and Eddie and I got connected through TSIA, and the fact that he's a Gainside customer, and now that he's at a different company, he still owns everything related to Gainside and CSOps in general, right?
Yes, yeah. So CSOps, very exciting new space. I manage a team of 3 people, hope soon to be 6. It's fastly growing, attaching metrics to KPIs, ROI, value in not only the product but in how our team scales effectively. So it's a very exciting space. This is the perfect place to be, not only to intermingle with CSMs and CS leaders, but also future CSOps leaders. So.
Right, and just like every CSOps, I mean, one of the most important things is just to see what other technologies are out there. Mm-hmm. We're at the Rocket Lane booth with Sri Ganeshan, the co-founder of Rocket Lane. So thank you so much for sponsoring this initiative and having us over.
I actually just went to a session with Edgar Ramirez, who's with ADP, and I've spoken with him a couple of times, but he had a really good notion of what it was to be a CSOps team, which is like almost being internal consultants. It's almost jacks of all trades. Some of them will have technical backgrounds, like myself, come from an IT-heavy background. I work with data analysts, so they can churn that data, they can find trends, they can identify things, and ultimately, I think what makes the best CSOps team and the leaders that will future own that space is people that are passionate about customer success, and not only building technologies, building out workflows, but saying this is the best practice, right, on how you score a health card and how you do different things. And so that's what I look for to build out a CS team for sure.
So you have 3 team members and yourself. Mm-hmm. What do you guys mainly do, and what are you hoping to get out of this conference the most? Like, what are the main things you're going to be working on in terms of initiatives?
Yeah, for this conference, I definitely want to hire someone, so I'm definitely looking for that selfishly, but also really connect with other CSOps leaders and CS leaders to see their journey, see where it's gone, absolutely learn more about how people score the health cards. This is so unique everywhere else. What's predictive? How do you get to be more aggressive with that? And with the Gainside specifically, making sure that I'm utilizing the product to the best of its ability. There's so many features and areas where you just don't get to explore every day. So I want to make sure that I'm utilizing them. And then if I don't know of something, if somebody's like, I did this with this, I want to make sure that I'm like, oh, that is a possibility. Let's get it on our roadmap. Recently, I just created a roadmap. So it's been like a staple of where I'm going to go. But I tell everybody, I was like, you can never be married to it because it could change any day.
Yep.
Right? Well, part of our job is being a firefighter too. So those firefights come pretty often.
That's very good because you always need to align your strategy to the company's go-to-market and the highest priority, so you do need to keep some flexibility while having a long-term vision. Mm-hmm. With that in mind, are you looking at technology for your customer success team? As you know, Gainside is the end-all, be-all because it is quite a robust solution. Mm-hmm. Or do you think about it as do you have a roadmap for a customer success technology stack where you might think about getting different tools for specific processes, for example, or use cases where they specialize in that specific area?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think being newer to this company specifically, we have a lot of nice toys that we can play with. I think what happens, and I've seen happen at a lot of companies, is they buy the toys, they use them for a couple months, and then they just kind of sit there. Renewal might come up, and they might churn because of that. So one of the main ones that I'm really getting invested in because I didn't use previously was Gong. So I'm looking to definitely add that to the tech stack of not only Gainsight, but also the automation capabilities that it has with the AI and learning those trackers. So that is something that I'm barely digging into, but I want to really marry that to Gainsight and, like you said, increase that tech stack. There is other tools and other vendors I'm sure I'll speak with, and I'll be like, oh, this is good for onboarding or future purposes that, okay, this is my project for Q4 of the end of the year, etc. So that will be really interesting to see where that takes me and where I can slate that.
It's interesting to note that you have a roadmap created now for CSOps. What are the top 2 priorities on your roadmap for next quarter?
What we're working on now is introducing customers into the post-sale cycle quicker. So essentially bringing in the CSM faster so they have a familiar face from the moment they sign the deal to when they really get to know the CSM, right? There tends to be a large gap. So onboarding gets in there, consulting, professional services. There's a lot of hands in the honeypot that get in there all the time. So really getting those customers identified quickly, assigning them the right CSM from the get-go. Say, this is going to be your friendly face for your tenure here unless you buy more products, then you get a nicer one. But so that is the biggest project right now, figuring that out systematically, utilizing Gainsight, utilizing Power BI, Snowflake, all these rules to bring in the right people at the right time and assigning a good workflow for that. That is absolutely the number one priority right now. And also revisiting health scores to become a more predictive tool of churn, like saying this is how we not only score it, but it is 80% of the time, if they're a B or a D, they're going to churn or something. So we want to make sure that we utilize it the way it was designed to be utilized.
That's it. We're a wrap.